Slowly but surely, as I've gotten older, I've come to terms with the fact that I can blame the majority of my problems in life on the fact that most people are jealous of me. It's hard, actually, being better than most of you at growing unwanted facial and body hair. I've been familiar since around the age of 11 of various and sundry hair removal techniques, including hair remover cream. But I don't think a lot of you guys know what this can do or how it works. Hair removal creams, foams, lotions like Nair, Veet, and other brands, they have thioglycolates in them, which basically work to dissolve the disulfide bonds in the keratins in your hair, essentially dissolving the hair. If you want to impress your friends, call them chemical depilatories. The advantage of using one of these bad boys over shaving is that when you shave, it cuts the hair at the surface of the skin. Whereas the chemical depilatory product can get a little bit down in the follicle and dissolve the hair down there. So in other words, it'll take a little bit longer for the hair to grow back. Plus, in contrast to shaving, you get more of a tapered end that grows out, so you don't have that blunt stubble. Hair removal cream is not as top-notch as waxing, because that's gonna rip the hair out even deeper below the surface of the skin, so it'll take even longer for it to grow back. The downside of using these products is they're pretty irritating to the skin. And a common mistake I see a lot of people make is not following the directions carefully enough. When you use these, you want to make sure that you leave them on the skin only for the recommended amount of time, not any longer, because what ends up happening is you get a lot of bystander impact on the surrounding skin. And that can lead to a lot of irritation. Make sure you are rinsing all of this product off so you don't leave behind a residue that can cause a lot of irritation. Brands like Nair, they make different formulations intended for like body versus face. Facial skin is gonna be a lot more sensitive than like your legs, for example. The tree hut community needs to be aware. You do not want to come in with a sugar scrub after using one of these things because the skin barrier is like a little bit stunned after having this hanging out on it for a while. It can't handle your abrasion. You also want to be really careful to avoid using anything that could be considered a keratolytic, meaning things that dissolve keratin after applying this, because your skin is just like way too vulnerable and that will lead to a lot of irritation. For example, urea, glycolic acid, lactic acid, mandelic acid. You also probably want to avoid benzoyl peroxide immediately after using this, or your retinol or prescription retinoids. Make sure you're really careful when you go out in the sun that you're protecting your skin from the sun. This will leave the treated area a bit more vulnerable to sun damage, to getting a sunburn, but you should be protecting your skin from the sun anyway.